Dry cat food, convenience or deception from the manufacturer? Currently, there is a lot of controversy surrounding the use of dry food for cats. Many of you think that cats that eat dry food will have kidney problems, bladder stones, and early death. Many others say that I have been feeding my cat dry food for many years and it has had no problems. Today, let's find out together about the truth about the harmful effects of dry food on the health of cats. And if we feed our cats dry food, what kind of food should we choose so that it is suitable for our cat and also affordable? Let's find out together. We cannot deny the benefits that dry food brings to cats. First of all, it is very convenient because wherever you go, you can take it with you. It is also simple to preserve. You can buy it and use it right away, and it is much cheaper than buying food and cooking it yourself. Because now we are very busy, we find it difficult to cook food for ourselves, let alone cook for cats, right? That is why dry food is a savior for those who raise cats but do not have much time. Not to mention that dry food has all the nutritional groups that cats need. For now, we have not discussed the quality and whether those nutritional groups are suitable for cats or not. But at least it has all the groups that cats need, and we do not need to worry that this food lacks fiber, that food lacks fat, or lacks minerals or anything else. Dry food has everything. And simply put, if you feed your cat with dry food, you do not have to worry about mixing cat food. But is it really good for the cat's health to eat kibbles as we think? And are all cat food manufacturers as good and honest as they advertise on the packaging? Let's review the physiology of cats. Cats are absolute carnivores, and the most important food for cats is meat. The protein requirement of cats accounts for 60%. The fat requirement accounts for 25% of the diet, which is very high, many times higher than that of humans. And the starch requirement of cats is only 2%. Many nutritionists have even recommended completely eliminating starch from the cat's diet. And let's go back to look at the dry food bag that we are using for our cats. You just open the bag of food and look at the ingredients list. In this world, there is no dry food whose protein content is over 60%, and there is no food whose fat content is even 20%, let alone 25% as cats need. And not all of the protein content declared on the packaging is animal protein. Depending on the cost to the manufacturer, people will replace animal protein with vegetable protein or fake protein to reduce production costs so that it can be sold at a cheap price. That is, the protein content declared on the packaging is still high, but the price is still very convenient so that it can be sold in large quantities. In dry food, the amount of starch accounts for a very large proportion. Usually, it must be more than 30%, and there is no type of food that does not have starch. Even many brands, on the packaging, they write the word grain-free in big letters, which means it is no grain, but it still has to have starch. Writing grain-free on it is just to confuse the concept, to attack the psychology of cat owners who are afraid that their cats will be affected by eating starch. Grain-free dry food is understood to be no grain in it, meaning it does not contain wheat, corn, and oats. Yes, it does not use grain, but it uses potato starch and uses green bean starch instead. That is also grain-free. The harmful effects of cats eating starchy foods. It will go against the cat's natural physiology and cause the cat to become obese, and that obesity is the most important reason leading to problems such as diabetes, cardiovascular, and kidney diseases, and in the end, it will shorten the cat's life. The second problem, also a lot that you often argue and think that cats eating dry food are prone to bladder stones, is that right? We need to look at the physiological characteristics of cats again. Cats are animals with ancestors originating from the desert, which means they have difficulty accessing water during the time they live, and their instinct is not to look for water to drink. They will absorb water through the meat of the animals they hunt, because the body of that animal has 70% of its cells as water. So when cats eat prey, they will not lack water. But now, let's try it. Your cat, you are feeding it dry food. You try to look at the bag of food. The water content in the food is only about 10%. People will try to make the food as dry as possible because if the food has a lot of water, it cannot be preserved for long. It will get moldy as soon as you open it. So the manufacturer has to make the food dry, that's for sure. And this is what makes your cat have to drink more water from the outside to keep its body hydrated. But the problem is here, because it inherits the genetic characteristics of its ancestors, it is very lazy to drink water. And even some cats have to pump water into its mouth to drink. It refuses to go find water even when the water bowl is in front of it. And because you just fed it dry food, it is also lazy to drink water. It combines together. It will make the cat's body in a state where it is always dehydrated, and its urine will be concentrated. Gradually, it will form crystals in the bladder, and these stones are small at first. They do not cause any harm, but as they get bigger and more, they will block the urinary tract and cause the cat to have urinary retention. And this is a very dangerous emergency condition in cats. Not only for stones, but the state of long-term dehydration also causes kidney failure and leads to chronic kidney failure when your cat starts to get older. So, I've been talking a lot. Do I mean to tell everyone to stop eating dry food and eat other foods? Not necessarily. Simply, I just point out to you that the harmful effects of cat food have disadvantages or not. And no matter how good the dry food is, it cannot be completely suitable for the nutritional needs of cats. And its harmful effects? The problem is that it does not come from after a few meals, but from several hundred meals. Over a very long time, those harmful effects will start to explode, and often when the harmful effects explode, it is very difficult to reverse. However, telling you to completely give up dry food to cook food for your cat, it is very time-consuming, and not everyone who raises cats is capable of doing that. So I will suggest to you another diet. You can still use dry food, but it will be more suitable for the health of cats. That is, you apply the ratio of 1 meal of dry food, 1 meal of pate, and 1 meal of boiled meat or raw food, if raw food is better. And you can also mix dry food with pate in a ratio of 1:1 for each meal. Or if not, you feed it separately, 1 meal of meat, 1 meal of pate, which will be more suitable for the health of your cat without having to completely give up dry food. Many of you also wonder, why do we feed cats raw meat, that is, raw food? I confirm to you that raw food is the #1 ideal diet for domestic cats, and the water content in raw food alone is the highest of all cat foods. It is even higher than boiled meat. If you have time and you can train your cat to eat raw food, you will see the difference after only about 1 month. The cat sheds less hair, its fur is smoother, it is much more beautiful, and your cat is agile, active, and much happier than a cat that only eats dry food. If you are really interested in how to prepare raw food for cats, I leave video link in the description and comments section. You can click on that link and watch the video on how to make raw food. As for dry food, to limit the negative effects on health, first you must immediately stop using cheap dry cat food because these types of dry food have a lot of colorants, such as blue, red, purple, yellow. Or those low-quality dry foods will use a lot of ingredients of plant origin, or even fake protein, and it will have a negative impact on health in the long run. In the following video, I will share with you how to choose a good dry food for cats that fits your budget by reading the formula table on the back of the packaging. And if you find this video useful, please click like and subscribe to the channel to update more experiences to help you take care of your pet at home like an expert. And see you again in the next video.
Thank you for visiting. We'll see you next time.